Hello YouTube! So today we're going to learn how to make your own tap for free. So first thing you need is the grade 8 bolt, and it has the thread on it that you want. And then you cut a little slot in it, and I'll show you how. It's a little tricky. You cut a nice little slot. Only need one slot. And now dip it in oil and thread it in your hole, and then it works. So the question is, what does this work on, and what is it to do? If you have something really old with a lot of rust and dirt in the thread, then this will work. But if you're drilling and tapping a brand new hole, this will not work. So what I'm using it for, if you see that starter, I wanted to bolt it onto the block over there to the 454, but the holes are really rusted and the bolts don't really go in, and if I try to force the bolts in, might break off in the hole. This is what the starter bolt looks like. See, it has a knurl there, and the threads here, the head there. This one has 6 tick marks on the head. So this is 3/8 bolt. And something I noticed on these, they sell them in about 2 or 3 different lengths. So, or you can just get these from the junkyard, of course, because all the 350s and the 454s are the same, and even the 305s, and there's lots of those. So, but to see if you have the right length, you just put it in there and see a little bit of the knurl hanging out. So if it has about a 1/4 inch of knurl hanging out, that's the correct length. So I will go ahead and clean those holes with this and put the starter on, but I think first I need to put the torque converter bolts in. These are the torque converter bolts, and you'll see why I think I need to put them in first. See, this is a newer transmission, and look, the bottom is closed. It's all together, so there's not very much access, and when the starter's on, the access will be even worse. So I had better do that first. I wonder if anyone even cares to see this video, but I'll do it anyway. Oh, almost broke it. Okay. So first, get the oil. Put the dirty motor oil on it. And get it going in there. Now it's stuck. Is that deep enough? Maybe? I wonder how many people on YouTube think this car is not even worth repairing because of the terrible condition. Or maybe this is the best car to get it going. I mean, there's no plastic on it, right? So here is the... See, now you can see that it works. See, this little groove is full of rust and dirt. So I use the fingernail and make my fingernail really dirty and scrap it out. And do the next hole. There's only 2 holes for the starter. It has enough oil still, I think. Oh yeah, look. It's clogged again. So now we have our free tap. And then when we get bored of this, we can just screw it in somewhere, you know, maybe like the intake manifold, or even the exhaust manifold. Stick it in here. And then if you forget, you can make another one because it's a free tap. So I didn't see any video on YouTube anyone knows how to make a free tap, so now everyone knows. So now I want to get those bolts in. And to do that, I actually made another tool, another free tool. So that is how you turn your crankshaft when everything's put together. All you do is take a junk pulley and you weld a piece of steel to it, and you weld an impact socket to it, and you can turn it. Otherwise, you'd put a socket on this bolt here and maybe break the bolt off in the hole. So if you do this method, it's impossible to ruin anything. And I want to line up the hole, torque converter hole. So let's do it. See how easy that was? Well, you probably won't believe this, but the holes aren't lining up. So it looks like I don't know how well you can see. See, it's not lining up there. See it moving? And right there is where it should be. So this hole needs to be right up there. Wow, that's disappointing. So I guess I'll just drill that hole with all this together. So I think the reason this transmission is, I think, a 99-year model from something exactly like that Suburban, and it's two-wheel drive transmission. Of course, it's different, but otherwise it's the same. And then this is a 454 big block Chevy. So it appears that those holes on the flex plate are at a larger spacing. So, but that's okay. I will drill them. So let's see if I can